10th, the day that she went missing. Now, Tanya Brooks was taken to this police station that day and given 2 tickets for failing to stop at the scene of an accident and erratic driving. This is important to note because of the concern that's been raised by her friends that she was likely seen leaving this police station and that someone may have jumped to the wrong conclusion that she was here perhaps to rat on someone, to give evidence about someone. Well, tonight we can tell you that that was not the case, that she was not giving evidence about anyone here at the police station. In fact, she was here for a driving offense. Tom?
All right, thanks, Elizabeth. That's the CBC's Elizabeth Chu outside the police station on Gottingen Street. Well, in the North End, they're imagining the future around the Bloomfield Centre. Halifax City Council has just approved a $7.7 million plan to redevelop the centre and the surrounding community. Daryl Kite reports now on the plan.
Little Ira is going to have more plants to pull on soon. Ira's mum is a member of a local group created to improve the Bloomfield Centre, and she's encouraged by the redevelopment plan.
In principle, we fully support the master plan. It's taken a lot of elements from our own feasibility study and has integrated those elements and those principles.
Under the plan, the city will hold on to around 80% of this property. There will be 250 residential units, including 2 10-story buildings likely built by private developers. Green space will replace asphalt, and all parking will be underground. After a renovation, a community center and community office space will inhabit these buildings. Nothing's been set in stone. The next step will be a series of public consultations, because this area isn't zoned for many of the residential uses being proposed.
I got a call today from a lady who wanted to move in tomorrow.
Councillor Jerry Blumenthal says the city will consider giving this condemned building to the right party who will fix it.
If we have to do something with the city, you're looking at probably $4 million. Now, if a group, a sincere group, let's say maybe musicians or an art association or something wants to take over the building, they'll probably give it to them for $1 if they renovate it and put it back in shape again.
There's no official timeline for this project. Many in the community say that they just hope that when everything's done, current tenants are still here, and tenants who had to move out because the buildings were crumbling can come back. Daryl Kite, CBC News, Halifax.
All right, let's head out to 102 now, where homeowners on the Kearney Lake Road say their homes are being badly shaken by the blasting on the 102. Crews are blasting daily to build the Larry Utek interchange. The homes are beyond the normal blast zone, but the residents say the vibrations are having a major impact. Now, homeowners are worried about what will happen when blasting starts at the nearby development in Bedford West. Now, the project is also affecting your commute. The CBC's Brian Dubray is live right now at Masthead Street overlooking Highway 102. Brian.
Well, Tom, this has become something of a daily headache for commuters. The Highway 102, this section of the 102 is going to be closed in about 25 minutes from now between the Kearney Lake interchange and Hammonds Plain. That's for the blasting that's going to be occurring at the site just a few hundred meters up the road from us here where they're building that interchange. Now, the people you just talked about that are complaining, that are very unhappy, they live on the other side of Kearney Lake, which, as you can see, is quite a distance from here and well outside the blast zone. But as you said, they are saying that their homes are being shaken, their windows are being rattled, and they're worried about property damage. Well, today I spoke with officials from both the city and the province about those complaints, and I'll tell you what they had to say a little later in the show. Tom?
Thanks very much, Brian. That's Brian Dubray. He's live on the 102. Well, we got a bit of a developing story happening right now. A standoff today on Brunswick Street on the 2300 block. Police were trying to arrest someone who'd locked himself inside an apartment. When police entered the apartment just minutes ago, it was empty. Layoff notices went out this morning to 8 provincial highway workers in Metro. The layoffs are temporary. The Transportation Department says the workers will be recalled in time for the winter season and that road work will not be affected. Well, the City of Halifax wants to take over the Wharf Road in Eastern Passage. Its ownership has been in dispute for years, and it's meant the road isn't properly maintained. There are large potholes and no regular snow removal. Ottawa has already agreed to the move. In the short term, there's a plan to spend $40,000 to repave. The cenotaph at Halifax's Grand Parade is getting a facelift. Structural engineers examined the monument this summer, and found parts of the foundation have to be replaced. The deterioration is blamed on poor quality concrete and damage from water and frost over the last 80 years. The cenotaph will have to be dismantled for the repairs. The work will take about 8 weeks and cost roughly $200,000. Well, students at Dartmouth High have something to brag about today, a state-of-the-art computer lab. The 17 new computers are loaded with software. They'll be used for classwork as well as to produce podcasts and webcasts for the school. The Future Shop gave the school $50,000 to buy the equipment. We were there as students got their hands on the gear first thing this morning.
I was so surprised. We found out in summer because we're all in student council, and they told us that they were putting it in, and I was just shocked. I was like, our school is getting a brand new computer lab. I thought for sure like Citadel or somewhere like that would get it over us.
It's definitely a big improvement. You know, we're known as the Dirty D. I think Tyler said that, but this is definitely the highest equipment that we could ever have, and I think it's going to help our school quite a lot.
So students a little pumped there, understandably. Although the lab is a major morale boost, the school still needs millions of dollars worth of renovations. The Conservatives promised $13 million worth before the provincial election. Students and staff are hoping the new government is still committed to spending the money. Now, tonight's first-person interview, and we're heading out to Hamshaw Drive, where homeowners say their homes are being badly shaken by blasting on the 102. And clearly our interview didn't fire there. We're going to try and get back to that if we can. Time now, though, for an update of stories we've aired in recent months. On June 1st, we reported on the acquittal of an 18-year-old Halifax woman charged with assaulting a police officer and resisting an arrest. The charges against Citadel High Lakoya Downey stemmed from a scuffle outside the school. Police say Downey refused to leave after being suspended. Provincial Court Judge Ann Derrick ruled that Downey was within her rights to resist arrest. She said school administrators failed to properly inform Downey that she was suspended, and police were too impatient. And today, 3 months later, the Crown is proceeding with an appeal of Judge Derrick's ruling. The matter will come before the Appeals Division of the Nova Scotia Supreme Court on November 14th. Lakoya Downing will be represented by legal aid lawyer Roger Burrell. He plans to argue that Judge Derrick covered all aspects of the law thoroughly and applied the law accurately. Well, now let's have a look at what's on around Halifax. The Halifax Planetarium at Dalhousie University is hosting an autumn evening, Nova Scotia's early autumn sky, tomorrow night. It begins at 7:15. The cost is $5 per person. And on Seymour Street, they're gearing up for a bike tour of local community gardens. That's tomorrow night. The starting point is 1411 Seymour Street at 7 p.m. The best part? It's a free one. And the Tai Chi Society is having an open house tomorrow night. That's at Acadia Hall, 650 Sackville Drive, from 7 to 8 p.m. Well, now your city forecast. Here's Peter Code.
Thank you, Tom. Well, let's take a look at how long our fair weather is going to continue. Taking a look at the satellite picture, it seems like it's going to continue for another couple of days. Disturbance to our south moving in for the weekend, but let's take a look. Central Nova Scotia, where we'll find, we'll find our radar scope. All again today, because of the clear sky, we're just picking up some ground clutter. Taking a closer look at the Halifax, Bedford, Grand Desert area down towards Williamswood, Terrence Bay. Still a clear sky, no precipitation report at all. So this is the way it stacks up then for the overnight hours into the evening hours. A very pleasant evening. And then as we go into the overnight hours, we're just going to have another clear sky. A little bit cooler than last night, though. Possibility of some frost inland areas, but not in the downtown core, obviously. And then for tomorrow, another sunny day. How long is it going to last? Well, it looks like it's going to last for a couple of days anyway. So, in summation, this is the way it stacks up. For the evening hours, temperatures falling slowly, 14 by midnight. And then an overnight, mostly clear sky. Temperature continues to fall slowly, such that by daybreak and sunup, we'll have an overnight low in the city of around 5 degrees. And then by the afternoon, it's back to sunshine. Temperatures near the seasonal normal, just in the high teens. The normal is about 20 degrees for this time of the year. So it looks like our fair weather is going to be continuing overnight tonight and through the day tomorrow, and actually for another day before the weekend arrives.